Right guys, so let's get started. So firstly, welcome to Flexibility Matters. Thank you for joining me today. Looks like a really nice day today. You're going to need a little bit of space around you. There's going to be a few wide adductor stretches today. So just to give you a little heads up with that. And it might also be a session where your blocks could be quite useful for one or two of the movements. So again, if you've got those to hand, maybe you just have them nearby. From there, we're going to be starting off in a nice wide stance. Okay, so normally I would say if you're squatting, you want to have the edge of your shoulder, this little bone here, along the inside of your heels. Actually, you want to go a little bit beyond that. Okay, so just take your feet to the point where you can actually feel a little bit of a pre-stretch, just coming through what we call your adductors, so these muscles inside here. Then I want you to just take your arms out to your sides and then just open up the palms. So you're just going to just rotate the shoulders over. Okay, so we've got obviously palms up. Feel like you're pushing the thumbs down towards the floor. You should be getting a little stretch just coming into like the nerve tissue and all just down the biceps and the forearms. Okay, we're going to just warm up the shoulder joint by doing a few circles. But this is a very small movement. What you're going to be doing is just rotating and rolling back through the shoulder blades. Okay, so shoulder blades right in the middle of your upper back, the scapulars, and just slowly roll back and round without shrugging the shoulders. That takes a little bit of control. Okay, so just keep good. Okay, now I want you to just pause, and we're just going to just do a little bit of rotation with the neck. So I want you to just look over the shoulder on your left, and then look over the shoulder on your right. Feel like you're going past the thumb and the hand when you also look over. Keep that going. You go one more each. Just take it a little bit further each time. Good. Still keeping the palms open. I know the shoulders might be starting to fatigue. That's not a bad thing. Okay, and then come back to the middle with your eye line. From here, I want you to just drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Then I want you to drop your right arm, still keeping the palm facing open. And then just reach down the outside of your leg. But as you reach down, I want to feel like you're dropping your ear to your shoulder still. Okay, so that doesn't change. We're still going to stretch in the neck alongside the top of the lat insertions and alongside the lower back. So just hold in that position there. I'm going to just also slowly. Okay, hold this position again. And we're just going to roll and rotate those shoulders forward this time. So just going the opposite way. Just keep that movement going. Keep going. That's good. Okay, and then just pause. It's good. And then from there, still got the palms open. I want you to drop your ear to your shoulder on the opposite side. And then just drop the arm down the outside of your leg. Again, dropping the ear to the shoulder as we go down. Really reach over. Feel like you're pushing your hip and your waist into the open space. As low as you can, aiming to try and touch the outside of the ankle. That's what we want to try and get to. Keep the shoulders square, so we're staying in line with the middle of the hip. We don't want to be leaning forward. It's difficult to lean back, but keep going. Okay, and then slowly come back up. It's good. All right, so from here, what I want you to do now is we're just going to step your right foot round. Okay, so this foot's going to now be straight. Almost feel like you're in that sort of circle position. I want you to just do a little test for me. So just drive your knee forward on the right side. You don't really feel much of a stretch in your back leg. Then I want you to just take your foot further forward. Okay, if you do feel a stretch, then great, stay as you are. But if you don't, just adjust. Okay, good. All right, now from here, I want you to reach up. We're going to go palms facing forward. And I want you to rotate over the hip. Okay, just do one more drive through from it. Okay, take a breath in As you breathe out, I want you to extend your knee and just reach down on that front leg. Okay. Aiming to try and get both palms on the floor if you can. Try and keep that knee fully extended. So we've got both legs straight. So try and just get as low as you can. Just ease your way into the stretch. Keep holding. Just work on gentle breathing, lengthening the muscles. Okay, and then from here, I want you to just come up the leg, nice and slowly. Get to here, I want to just reach up, rotate back. That's good. And just hold those arms, palms facing forward again. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to be dropping the right hand to the inside of the right ankle, and we're going to be rotating to look at the top hand, okay? So take a breath in, and breathe out, and drop that right hand down to the inside of the ankle, and just rotate the body, and look at that top hand. So you want to make sure you can see the palm of the hand, ideally, so make sure you're looking round enough. Try to get this hand flat on the ground. If you're struggling with that, this is where like your blocks might come into play, or whatever you're using as a makeshift. Make sure you're still lengthening through that front leg. Keep following. Nice work. Okay, now just slowly come up. Keep your arms this time at your sides. This is where we should be, warrior position. Now it's just straighten up that right foot. And now we're just going to change the position of the left. Okay, again, just do a little test. Just drive forward. Make sure you feel a little stretch in your adductors. If you can't, just adjust your position. If you're happy with that, then great. And now I want to reach up. Okay, I want to rotate over. I want to drive that knee forward. Hold that position there. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, I want you to drop down. Lengthen on this side. So again, try and get as close to your leg as you can. Keep both arms as flat as possible. Keep holding that position. Try and keep the knees extended as possible as well. You can tuck the chin in a little bit if you want to get more stretch in your upper back. There's no issue with that. I don't mind you resting your head on your knee. There's no issues again. Keep holding. Very good. Okay. Now just slowly come up to the leg. Lift the arms. And I want you to just rotate to the middle, still keeping that foot in the same position, palms facing forward. That's good. Right, I'm doing the same stretch to the inside. So I'm going to drop that left arm inside the left ankle. Breath in. As you exhale, go down, start to turn the body. Look at that nice open palm. That's good. Keep the shoulders back and down, keep the chest open. Try and make sure you can see the palm of that hand. Feel like you're pushing the hips forward slightly as well. So lengthen through your fingers. Squeeze through the shoulder blades a little bit. Keep holding. Very good. Okay, now slowly come up. Go back to that sort of traditional warrior pose. Okay, now I want you to just straighten up your left foot. But when I say straighten, I want you to have them facing straight ahead. So the position you're going to be in is about 10 and 2 o'clock. Right, so it's slightly facing outwards, and we want to make sure that the second toe is just in line with the middle of the knee. Okay. Right, so we're going to do a little stretch where we just work across the body. So we're just going to be leaning now towards your right side. Okay, try and feel like you're pushing your hip back. Going to drop both arms to the floor. So we've got one hand inside and outside of the foot. And just hold. Feel like we're really pushing into the ground here through the abdominals. And now just go across to the other side. Do the same on that side as well. Again, just get that little stretch, just going through the inside of the thighs. Feel like you're sitting back into the heel more than you are on the toes. Okay, now we're going to go across again. From here, wait till you take a little breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to extend your knee on that right side and keep your palms where they are. Okay, so similar to the first stretch, just getting into that from a different position now. It should be a little bit looser now, hopefully. Keep on. You can see the trail leg is straight. It's absolutely fine. Keep holding it. As low as you can to that leg. Both palms down. It's good. And now I need to walk both hands towards the middle of your body. Okay, you're going to just turn your body a little bit as well. I want you to just soften your knees, right knee especially, and just lean into that side again. I want you to just position yourself. So all of your weight is now on the ball of the foot. So you've got the heel up. Make sure you feel pretty balanced. So it's not like a balancing at this. Make sure the hands are underneath the shoulders. Then I want you to keep the right hand on the floor, obviously for stability. You can position that how you feel comfortable. I want you to look down the left leg. I want you to take a breath in. And as we breathe out, I want you to just try and put the hands around the outside of the heel. So breathe in and breathe out. And just reach around the outside of the heel if you can. That's it. The whole time we're doing this, pushing the weight on the left side into the floor, stretching at the top of the hamstring, behind the knee. Make sure you get a good bit of flexion into the toes on the right foot. So I actually want you to try and stretch the big toe joint. It's really important actually. It has a big impact on the nerve tissue and general movement in the foot and the ankle. So you want to get a nice stretch into the toes. Try not to limit that too much. Right, now just bring both hands back to the middle. Okay, and I want you to just go back to the middle with your weight. Push both palms into the floor. That's good. Okay, now I want you to just walk the hands almost over to that left ankle. Soften the knees. Go back into that stretch, that low side lunge. Just hold for a little bit of time. Just lengthen out again through the adductors. Make sure the back of the knee is straight on the right hand side. Very good. Okay, now just shift your weight back over to the right. Same thing, little hold. Not doing long on these. Again, just every time you do it, feel like you're just pushing more into the ground. You're sitting lower, you're sitting back more. Got more extension behind the knee. That's good. And now we're going back over to the left. Make sure you've got a hand inside and outside the ankle. Again, push the hips into the ground, rotate the hip in slightly. Take a breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to extend the left knee. So breathe in, and breathe out. Extend that knee, drop the chest down the leg. Try and get both palms as flat as possible. Keep holding that position. Again, if you need some assistance, this is where your blocks might come in. Feel free again to rest your head on your knee if you need to. Take the weight off your neck. Keep holding. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I want you to just bring the hands back to the middle. That's good. I want you to just soften the knees, left side especially. And then just sit back onto that left foot. So again, flexion in the big toes. Make sure the hands are supporting you. Okay, so underneath the shoulders, you've got a bit of preference for that. Then rotate the body down the hip. To reach up. And then as you breathe in, just lift your diaphragm, breathe out, and reach down the outside of that right ankle. Okay, so reaching as low as you can onto the heel. Keep holding that position there. Whole time we're doing this again, we're pushing down at the very top of the hamstring, the origin. Still stretching into your adductors. You're still lengthening on both sides as well. Keep going. Okay, now just bring both hands back to the middle. I want you to go palms down again. Hopefully this is getting a little bit easier now for you. Good. Just relax your back, just getting naturally round. Okay, I want you to just now walk your hands, not your feet, out and just hook them underneath the toes, get a nice strong grip. Tuck your chin in a little bit more. And just look through your legs. You feel like you're pushing the weight down into the floor and towards your hips. Make sure you've got a good grip underneath the toes. Keep holding. If you feel like you're not getting enough out of the stretch, if you want to go slightly wider, just adjust your position, make sure you feel stable there. Keep holding. Good. Keep pushing through. So a little bit longer this one. Okay, just relax your grip on the toes. Just go hands on top of the ankles. And just a little breath in, a little breath out. Just slowly come back up. If you feel like you need to adjust, just do so. Okay, so from here, let's just reach up with the arms. We're going to just turn that right foot out. I want you to just go for another drive. So going back into that warrior position. Rotate the hips. Like so. Okay, so now what we're going to be doing is keeping this knee bent. We're going to be reaching back with the left arm, and then looking up at the top arm, okay? So from here, just breathe in, and as you breathe out, drop that back arm. Try and keep the hips quite square. Just lean back and feel like, again, pushing the weight into the top of the hip. Try and keep this palm open. Look at that top hand. Tilt your head back. Hold that position. Keep driving that right knee forward over the ankle. There we go. Lengthen out from the top of the back. Feel like you're reaching down past the knee. Low as you can onto that lower leg. Keep pushing through. Okay, now I want you to just extend the right knee. So we come back up to a straight leg. Lift the arms. And then I want you to just point both toes forward, but again, not straight forward in that 10 and 2 sort of position. And then I want you to just drop the arms to the back of your thighs, onto the hamstrings. Take a little breath in, and as you breathe out, I want you to just roll down through the spine, and just go hands to the back of your heels. Try and get a nice strong grip at the back of the foot, and just look through your legs one more time. Keep holding that position. Feeling like pushing your way through the legs. You can tuck the chin in on this one. Keep rounding through the spine, stretch behind the neck. Those tight muscles working all week. Keep breathing. Good. Okay, now I want to slowly loosen the grip and come up. Okay, now just take the arms back into warrior position. And I want you to just position that left foot for the drive. Okay, that's good. All right, so I want you to rotate over the hip, drive that knee, lift up the arms. Good. And remember, we're going to drop the back arm after the exhale. So breathe in and breathe out. Work your way into that stretch. Try and feel like you're pushing the hand back towards the shoulder, so we've got a nice open palm. Keep the drive going on the knee. So what I mean by that is keep pushing that knee over the ankle. You get more stretch from the back leg as a consequence. Keep challenging yourself to try and get further. Keep holding that position. Okay, and then slowly extend the knee. Come back to warrior position. Okay, we're going to just rotate the hips again. Over that left hand side. From here, I want you to just go down and place both hands either side of that left ankle. Still stretching a little bit on that back leg. You can feel that, I'm sure. Now just with the back foot, I want you to just rotate onto the balls of your feet. Feel like you're pushing your hips forward slightly. Okay, well from here, we're just going to be stepping back into our first down dog of the session. So step back, go into down dog position. So I feel like we're squeezing between the shoulder blades, drive the heels into the ground, try and maintain the arch in the lower back. And lengthen both arms as much as you can whilst pushing the heels down. Keep holding that position. Like squeezing as much as you can in the upper back. You want to make sure you've left the gap between your hands here. So you're going to be bringing a leg through the middle, so make sure you have left the gap here. It's good. So now I want you to just lift that right leg. Like almost pushing the knee up to the roof, stretch through your quadriceps, tuck that heel in. Done this one before, it's a good stretch. Keep holding that position. Very good, keep holding. Okay, so we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to step through. So, breathe in, breathe out. Step through, go down into that kneeling hip flexor position. Drive the hips forward slightly. And just come up. Try and make sure your front leg's at a 90-degree angle. If it's not, just adjust. Okay. So, use your right arm for a bit of balance. Like to reach back, try and grab your back foot, bring your heel into your hip. If you're struggling to grab that foot, maybe you can just push the hips forward or put your foot onto like a yoga block. Okay, if you're feeling particularly flexible today, just go 2 hands on the ankle and drive the hip forward, roll your shoulders back and down, keep the posture. Try and get your heel to touch the hips, touch the glutes. Relax your shoulders, shouldn't be struggling. Push the hips forward. Keep holding. Lengthen through the quads, tilt the pelvis, push the hips forward. Very good stretch this one. Okay, wait to now just slowly release that foot, be gentle with it. Go back to the floor. Good. Okay, with your back foot go onto the balls of your feet. Just going to lift the hips a little bit. Just give yourself a little bit of room. Then step back into down dog. Again, get as much out of this as you can. Just keep holding. Good. Okay, this time we're going to be a little bit quicker. Just lifting that leg. Just tuck the heel into the hip. Feel like we're pushing the knee up to the roof. Getting a little bit of length through the quad, just in this position. Just getting ourselves ready for what we're going to be doing next. Hold it. Okay, so take your breath in. And as you breathe out, step through. Keep the hands on the floor initially. Just drive the hips forward. Make sure you feel comfortable in the position you're in. Relax that back foot. And just come up. Make sure you're at a 90-degree angle. If you're not, just adjust. Make sure you're square. Good. Opposite arm out for balance. Reach back and grab the ankle. Roll the shoulders back and down. Hold that ankle. Hold that position. Again, feeling like you can do two hands and do so. Push the hips forward. Keep the shoulders back and down. Keep holding that position. Keep holding, keep holding. Very good. Okay, so from here, again, just slowly drop that foot to the floor. Go back down in this position. I want you to flex the foot to go onto the toes, lift the hips slightly, give yourself a little bit of space. And then step back into down dog again. Hold that position. Okay, so whilst you're here, I want you to now walk your feet out to shoulder width. Just push into the ground a little bit more. You should be able to get your heels quite comfortably to the floor. I'm just going to be walking forward now into a cobra. Keeping the legs nice and wide. So roll shoulders back and down. Try and make sure you've got the hands placed in one of your sternum, bottom of your chest. Try and get both hips flat on the floor. Keep looking up. Length. Through your abdominals as well. Okay, I'm going to just look down, walk back, take both hands over to that right leg. Let's just push down towards the knee as low as you can. If you're feeling flexible, you can rest your head on your knee. Keep holding that position. Okay, just release yourself from that stretch. I want you to go palms flat on the floor. Hopefully, again, this is getting a little bit easier. Okay, from this position here, I want you to just walk your feet out slowly. Just get closer to the ground. Okay, when you feel like the stretch is almost at its end point, just hold. And then we're going to be going down from straight arms into almost a plank position, so on your forearms. I want you to, if you can, take it even further. And just really open up those adducters and sit nice and low. Feel like you're pushing your weight back into the hips. Your body should be quite flat, so like I said, do think like a forward plank. There's a little bit of a distance between your elbows and your hips. Just hold that position there. Make sure it's comfortable. You don't want to be injuring any muscles. Breathe your way through the stretch. Keep holding. Keep holding this position. Keep going. Okay, so now just slowly, we've got to be careful when we do this. Go to straight arms. We're going to bring one leg in at a time, don't do both. So just choose a leg, bring it in. Same on the other side, get yourself back into that shoulder width position. Okay, like I said, be careful as you do that. And we're just going to be walking forward again. We're going into our cobra. Holding that position there. So just give the legs a little rest. Good. You can stay flexed in the toes, it doesn't really matter too much. Just feel like you're lengthening through your abdominals a little bit more. Keeping the shoulders back and down as much as you can. So hips should be on the ground. Make sure you push those hips into the floor. Okay, if you haven't already, just flex your toes, go onto the feet, balls of the feet. And then walk it back. This time, just go to your left side. And just hold that ankle. Hold that position. Make sure you try and push down in towards that knee as much as you can. Like I said, you can always rest your head on the knee, just hold the ankle. Okay, just bring both hands back to the middle. From here, again, as we were before, slowly walk out. Make sure you feel comfortable. Get to that point where you feel like you're ready to bend your arms, support your weight with your shoulders. And then when you're ready, go onto your forearms, hold that position there. Hold that plank, push your hips back. And just breathe your way through the stretch. Just take control, deep breaths in. And breathe out. Just try and get as far as you can. Hold in. For a while. A little bit longer to go. Okay, so now straighten both arms. Again, as before, slowly walk one leg back in, be careful. Walk the other leg back in as well. Good. Okay, I want to walk forward again. This time, just drop your knees. We're going to go into a frog position now. So what we need to do is just bring the knees up towards the hip. Make sure you've got your heels, pushed into the ground. Change my angle. So we should be in that frog position. Okay, just support your weights. Good. Okay, a bit like we just done. Go down into a plank. Just push back into the back of the foot as much as you can. And from there, just lengthen both arms. Rest your head on the floor. Hold that position. Okay, I want you to just make sure We're focusing on your right hand side now. So just open up the palm on the right side. So just turn it over the hand. And then just put your left arm behind your back. And the whole time we're lengthening through that arm, we're still pushing the hips back. Open up inside the thighs. Feel that stretch in a few places. Very good. Okay, now I want you to release that left arm. Go back to the front, back into that child's pose position. Turn the right hand over. I want you to just place both hands now underneath the shoulders. And from here, just lift yourself up. You're keeping your feet in exactly the same position, though nothing changes there. I want you to just lift up. So it's just a kneeling position here. Then I want you to just put your left hand in the middle of your shoulder blade, palms facing back. I want you to reach up with the right arm and then reach back down and grab the top of those fingers. Just like so. So at the same time, we're stretching through the adductors. We're also lengthening through the shoulders. Feel like pulling shoulders up. You're struggling to grab the fingers. Just place your right hand underneath the elbow and push the arm up a little bit higher. So that's your plan B. Very good. Okay, now just release the arms. And just place them back underneath the shoulders. Go back onto your forearms. Go back into your child's pose. From here, just make sure you feel comfortable. And turn the left hand over so the palm is up. And then I want you to just place that right hand behind your back. So really focusing on the left hand side. Try and feel like you're pushing your thumb into the ground. Keep holding. Just sitting back. Keep your feet nice and open. Open up those hips. Keep breathing away through this. Okay, now just release your right arm. Take it forward. Just turn that left hand over. I want to bring both hands back underneath your shoulders. Just push yourself back up. Into that kneeling position again. As you probably guessed, we're going to go the opposite way. So now, just the right hand going through the middle of the shoulder blades. Just reach over the top of the left. Breath in and just pull apart. Just follow. Remember, if you're finding that uncomfortable, just come get into a position, grab the elbow, just pull, push up, so that's that can be. Keep holding. Really good. And now just release the arms. So from the position you're in, I want you to now just place both hands underneath your shoulders, bring your feet together. Okay, just sit back onto your heels, should be quite comfortable. Place both hands behind your back. Let's just lengthen out through the top of the chest, the shoulders, the biceps, the fingers are back. Just hold that position. That's good. Now just Come back up, just sit on your heels, quite relaxing on this. Just reach up, palms forward. Place that right hand in the middle of your back. Go left hand on top of the elbow. And then just stretch your triceps whilst going into a bit of side flexion. So just lean over towards that left hip. Hold that position now. All good. Back to the middle slowly. Just lengthen both arms again. Good. From here, I want you to just walk both knees in. That's good. And then just go into a child's pose in front of the body. Try and rest your head on the floor. Okay, just place both hands now behind the body. Just go palms facing up, just hold that position. Now just lock the fingers behind your back. And I want you to just reach up into shoulder extension. And we're just going to tilt the head, so we're resting on the left hand side, looking over the right knee, over the right hip. And just feel like you're opening up the chest on that right hand side as well. So keep going. Thank you. Okay, now just go back to center. Drop those arms down. Just slowly lift up. Walk the knees out slightly. Reach up. Look up. That's good. Now just bend that left arm, reach on top of the elbow, lean over. Stretch down into the sides. Good. Come back to the middle. Just release the arms. Go knees together. That's good. Just go into your child's pose again. Pulling from both arms. Just bring the arms back. On your body. Just lock the fingers. Reach up with the shoulders. Now just rotate onto the other side. Hold that position. Open up the chest on that side as well. Keep the shoulders back and down. Holding. Okay, go back to the middle. And just carry on holding. Just try and lengthen the shoulders a little bit more. That's good. Okay, now slowly drop the arms down behind the back. Going to go into your child's pose again. Head is still on the floor, arms are now forward. Should be getting easier to do. Keep those arms nice and long. And I want you just to go from here into a box position. So just lift yourself off your heels. You need to set yourself up for a down dog. So just onto the balls of the feet. Just create a little arch in your lower back. You want to lift up the hips. Drive your heels down, adjust your hands if you need to. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Just like so. Hold. Okay, we're going to step around the corner on that left side. Okay, so go into that Spider-Man position. Just like this. You can drop that knee. At the same time, I want you to flatten your foot on the back leg, on the right leg. And then just slowly, you can adjust your hands as you go. Just sit back onto the floor. We want to make sure that we've got right leg out of sight. Hopefully you can see my ankle is also there as well. That's the position we want to be in. And then from here, just take a breath in and breathe out. Go onto your forearms. Just try and relax a little bit. Start looking back, looking up, sorry. If you're feeling flexible, take another breath. Go all the way to the floor. Just enjoy the stretch through the quad. Keep holding. So from this position, if you're down on the ground, just bring the hands back underneath you, go into a sort of plank again. Use your forearms to lift you up. Okay, wherever you started from, I want to lift up. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out and exhale, I want to reach forward and go round the ankle. So I want to just hold either side of the heel. Hopefully now we're a bit more lengthened out. We can just rest the head on top of the knee. Hold that position. Yeah, keep holding. Okay, now just slowly come out of that position. Just be a little careful here, so just place both hands underneath your shoulders. You should just go forward into your hip flexor position. Make sure you walk that arm back in. Go onto the balls of your feet. Step back into your down dog again. Good. Okay. Lengthen your arms a bit more if you need to. Go back into your Spider-Man stretch. Okay, so just drop that heel. Sits gently back to the ground. Just the left leg sorting out the sides. Take your first breath in. Breathe out. Rest on the forearms. Try and relax a little bit. Just hold that position there. Try and push the ankle into the ground on the left. If you feel like you can take this further, then of course, go all the way down to the ground. Just hold. Good, keep holding. Okay, we now just want to bring ourselves back up. So we use the forearms back up to a nice upright position. Breathe in as we lengthen the arms up. Breathe out as we lean forward. Both hands just either side of the heel. Try and get your head down to the knee. So you can rest both forearms on the ground. Keep holding. Keep holding that stretch. Get as low as you can. Okay, I want you to just slowly come out of that position. Just gently take the left leg forward. I want you to breathe in and reach up again. Look up slowly. As you breathe out, go down and around the outside of both ankles now. Challenge is to try and get down in between the knees. This is quite a tough one. As you can see. Keep holding. Low as you can. Chin tucked in. Keep holding. And then just slowly come out of that position. I'm going to reach up again. Just look up. Good. Put both hands together. Push both elbows out. Bring the hands down to the chest. And namaste.